What I thought I would do, first of all, thanks for everybody coming out. It's a beautiful day. I'm always kind of shocked walking outside because typically the time we come in the morning, the sun's not up, and I'm always kind of surprised. It seems like in State College it goes from summer to winter with no in between, but it's still beautiful out. Appreciate everybody coming out and supporting us. What I thought I would do is real quickly I would review kind of what we were able to get done in the bye week, kind of give you a little bit more perspective on how we do things. That's evolved somewhat over the last couple of years. So the travel squad or the varsity, however you want to look at it, we were able to get 3 practices in and 2 lifts. For the non-travel squad, we were able to get 4 practices in and 3 lifts. And then we had 4 in-house presentations with various support staff members from a player development perspective that we always try to get those things in throughout the year, and obviously we're able to load up on them a little bit during the bye week. So we were able to get some presentations done on nutrition, sports science, performance psychology, and then a presentation on drugs for the players, which was really valuable. And then what the coaches did, we did those practices, and then most of us left either Wednesday afternoon, late afternoon, or Wednesday night. And then I didn't get back. Like a lot of the coaches got back sometime on Saturday. I think I got back around 11 p.m. on Saturday, so from Wednesday to Saturday. For myself, I was able to get to 25 schools and 8 different states in that amount of time. And then for the staff, we were able to get to 108 schools and 20 different states. So we were able to get a lot of work done in a short period of time. So I'm very appreciative of the staff and the recruiting staff for getting all that organized. And then something to just give you guys a heads up on, always looking to try to add to our tradition and history here. We got so many unbelievable things. That one of the things that we discussed a couple weeks ago, and we're able to get it running, and we're going to do this, start a new tradition here for the homecoming game each year. We're going to have a lead bus that brings us to the stadium for our normal walk into the stadium, and that bus will be full of Penn State Lettermen. So they are going to lead us into the stadium. That first bus will be a number of Penn State Lettermen. Basically, it's first come, first serve. Once the bus is full, the bus is full. But I thought that would be a really nice thing for us to do every single year on homecoming. Obviously, we have so much respect and appreciation for our Lettermen. It's another way to show our respect to them and honor them in a way. So that's that. That's maybe some of the changes for homecoming. And then also, obviously, what we were able to get done in the bye week. And then shifting to Michigan State. Obviously, got a lot of respect for Coach D'Antonio, what he's been able to do in his career and the Michigan State program. It's obviously very, very impressive what they've been able to do, over his 12 years there. Very consistent. We're facing a team that's got as many returning starters as any team in the country. I think 21 out of 29 starters returning off a 10-3 team. So obviously a group of guys that know how to win, and a bunch of them returning from a leadership perspective as well. And then offense, Dave Warner, I think, has done as good a job as any offense coordinator in our league over the time that he's been there. They do a lot of different things. There is multiple, as you'll probably see. 11 personnel is their lead personnel group. 12 personnel is their next most popular personnel group at 63%. And then, they also get into 21 personnel, which it's almost like you never see that anymore, and also 22 personnel. So, we'll get a lot of different things that we have to, defend. We got to be ready for the power. We got to be ready for the kick play. We got to be ready for the truck. We call it truck. Some people call it pin and pull. We got to be ready for all those things. I think time of possession is something they do very well. They rank number 2 in the Big Ten and number 10 in the country. So obviously, we got to protect the football. They already do a great job of time of possession. So we can't turn the ball over and put them in a situation which is really the style of play that they want to play with. And then guys we're impressed with on offense is obviously the quarterback, Brian Lewerke. Seems like he's been playing there forever. 64% completion ratio, is a guy that can beat you, with his arm, his mind, his legs. I think he's what most people are looking for at the quarterback position. He's also 6'3", 220 pounds. And then they got two wide receivers. Cody White is playing at a high level, and then Felton Davis. It seems like he's been playing there forever as well and done some great things. And both of those guys have given us headaches in the past. And then defensively, Mike Tressel. Obviously, Coach D'Antonio, this defense is kind of what they've kind of made their name on, really since Coach D'Antonio has been there. You look at them, they are big, they are stout, and they are physical, especially up front. They're a four-down base defensive front. They probably have a little bit more diversity from a coverage perspective than what you saw a few years back. They used to be what we call quarters, 4X and Z, where they press the two outside receivers and play two quarter safeties. They're playing other things now. They're playing cover one a little bit more than they had in the past. They're playing a little bit more fire zone than they have in the past, and they're pressuring about 30% of the time overall. Obviously, the thing that jumps out to everybody is they're number one in the country in rush defense, number one in the Big Ten, and number one in the conference and in the country. So obviously that's something that jumps out. We think the middle linebacker, number 35, Joe Bachie, we think maybe the best linebacker in the league that we have seen. Very productive, very physical, great leader for him, runs really well. And then obviously their defensive end, number 48, Kenny Willekes, is really making a bunch of plays from in a lot of different ways. 8 tackles for loss, 4 sacks, forced fumble, 4 quarterback hurries, 29 tackles. And then their cornerback, Justin Lane, with him being 6'3", kind of, stands out to you on tape and during games. Seems like he's been playing there forever as well. Has had a nice career. And then special teams, Paul Haynes is running their special teams right now. Obviously Paul's been a head coach and been very successful. You look at them, we're going to need to be ready, and we've studied a lot of this, and we've made a lot of cut-ups. They are willing to run a fake at any time in the game. That goes back with Coach D'Antonio. They're up by points, they'll run a fake. They're down by points, they'll run a fake. Different field positions, overtime to win the game. You look at in 2018, they ran a speed option versus IU. They ran a kicker sweep versus Maryland in 2017. They ran a kicker ISO against Rutgers in 2015, all on field goals. Notre Dame, 2010, overtime to win the game. They run a tight end wing switch pass. Notre Dame in 2016, they run a muddle 2-point play. They've run punt fakes, versus Ohio State. They ran a punt fake in 2016, and Northwestern on a kickoff, they ran a popover. So we have all these things cut up. Obviously, we're showing them to our players to get prepared because they have a history of doing these things, and they're going to look for opportunities and take them when they see they're there. So we got a real challenge. This is a program and a team that is very proud, that knows how to win, has been doing it for a long time, and we've had some serious battles that have gone back and forth. So look forward to the opportunity and open up to any questions.
Start with Rich Scarcella from the Reading Eagle.
Good afternoon.